friends, I'm Trinity Scott with Overnight Games. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to play Century, an Endless World Golem Edition. Designed by Emerson Matsuuchi, published by Plan B Games. This is a 2 to 4 player game that plays in about 30 to 45 minutes. If you enjoy the video, like and subscribe. Now, let's get going. Alright, let's talk about setup. So, in order to do the middle board, you are going to look for the big sheets that say one or A1, B1, and C1. And you're going to put those in these three corners. Now, to finish it out, you're going to have cards that say D, E, and F. Now, you're going to shuffle those and randomly pick one and place it to finish out your 2x2 square here. And that's how you're going to get a little bit of variability every time you play. These extra ones, you're going to put back in the box and hopefully play next time. Next up, we're going to look at these cloud tokens. So every place that there's a cloud token, you're going to place one of these tokens on the board. Now, if you're playing a 2 to 3 player game, you're also going to place these. You're going to cover up these 2 to 3 player marks. Now, because we're playing a 4 player game, we're not going to put these on the board. You are also going to sort these goal tokens. And any goal token that has a 1 or a 3 on the bottom left corner, you're going to put those back in the game because we're not going to use it for this. Anything that's clear, you're going to shuffle them up and put them on the top of the board. So this has times 4, so you're going to place 4 of them here. Here it says times 3, 2, 2, 2, and 2. So you are going to have a couple left over, and those you're just going to place back in the box. Then you're going to place the Golem cards on the top. These you'll shuffle, and anything that has a white star, we're not going to use for this game, so we're going to put those back in the box. And you're going to look for your player count. So this says 3+. If you're playing a 2-player game, you would remove all of the 3+ and the 4s. Similar with a 3-player game. If you're playing 3 players, you're going to remove the 4s. Next up, place the tokens on, or the gemstones on the side of the board, and give each player a player mat. Now shuffle these up and give them out. Whoever has the gems on the bottom left-hand corner, they're the start player. And each player is also going to take 12 meeples. And you're going to play with 6 of these from the beginning, and the other 6 you're just going to set to the side because throughout the game, you can upgrade and get more workers to play with. Starting with the first player, very similar to Century Golem. The first player is going to get 3 yellow tokens, and then the second player is going to get 4 yellow crystals, and then the fourth player is going to get 3 yellow crystals and 1 green crystal. So as you can see, it kind of averages out that first turn advantage with getting more crystals of higher value. Now, on your turn, you're going to have 2 different actions that you could do. One, you can decide to place your workers, and you choose one of the varying spots. You see how many meeples you'd have to put on that spot, and you'd place them down and get the benefits. There's a couple different kinds of benefits that you can get from the different spaces. On these, you get to collect whatever gemstones are shown. So here you would put 1 meeple down and you'd get 2 yellow. Here you'd put 3 meeples down and you would get 1 purple. On these types of symbols, you would put 1 meeple down and you would upgrade 2 of your gemstones. So if you had 2 yellow, you would upgrade to 2 green, or 1 yellow to a blue. So it can be the same thing that you're upgrading twice. We also have spots like this, and that's going to be a slightly different kind of upgrading tile. So if you, for every purple you decide that you want to upgrade, you can switch them out for 2 blue. Now, the fun part of that is it's not just once. If you had 4 purple, you would be able to upgrade them to 8 blue. You can choose to put down workers on a spot that's already been taken by an opponent as long as you put 1 additional worker on that spot. So if the spot has 1 worker on there, you would have to put 2. If it has 3, you'd have to put 4. Now, whichever workers that are already on that spot are going to be pushed back to your opponent's play area. Let's say, though, on your turn, you don't want to put a worker down. The other action you can choose is to pick up all of the workers that you have on the board. Though one of the things that are going to hold you back a little bit throughout this game is the space you have in your caravan. You only have 10 slots, so you're not going to be able to go above and beyond that. Now let's talk about these spaces on the top. You are going to place however many meeples that it says in order to activate the spot, but you're going to have a couple different options. So if you place one meeple on this spot, you are going to be able to choose to take this as a scoring goal towards the end of the game. So at the end of the game, if you have taken this, then for every one wing that you have, you're going to get 2 victory points. Now, keep in mind, you can only have 3, and you can't put them back once you take them, so be a little picky and choosy. Now, you can take one of these, or you can also buy a golem. So if you traded in this amount of gems and this amount of resources, you'd be able to purchase this. And you would also get the benefit listed on the top. So on this card, it has 2 meeples. Automatically, you'd get to grab 2 more workers and put them into your worker pool. The different golems give you different benefits. So that is a super fun part of this game. If you look, this is going to give you the benefit of putting -1, so 1 less worker on every square that has that symbol. Now, when you purchase one of these, everything else is going to scoot over, and you're going to flip the next one down. So if you wanted to purchase this golem, you would have to put the meeples on this spot. So, as we spoke about, you get 2 meeples if you purchase this type of card. This one would allow you to put 1 less meeple on any spot that has that symbol on it. This would allow you to get 1 green every time you work a spot that has a spell type. This one, if you're able to purchase later on, will allow you to pick up 1 of these cloud symbols. Now, the fun part about these cloud symbols is they give you a super awesome benefit. They give you an additional thing that you're going to score, or perhaps you're going to pick one that gives you an additional worker throughout the game, or just straight up victory points or gems. But once you remove one of these, that location is now able to be excavated. You're able to send workers there. And not just you, anyone is able to send workers there in order to get those resources. So this can be very valuable to pick up and kind of go towards whatever your end goal is strategically. Now, also on the top of these cards are going to be the wings. They're going to be the symbols that you are trying to collect in order to score additional victory points. So these cards not only give you the victory points listed on the bottom, and this is a really good one, but it also allows you to collect more symbols to get more victory points when you have collected these. Now, game ends as soon as one person has collected 8 golems. The round is going to continue until everybody has the same amount of turns. And the way that you can keep track of that is either by looking at the bottom left corner and seeing who has that gem to start, or by making your own first player marker, like this one right here that Zanzan the Gamer Man made for me for Christmas. All right, so let's talk about the final thoughts. I am in love with Century Spice Road a Golem edition. Like the first one that came out, loved the art, loved how the you're able to build your own engine and the play style. This gives that to you in a worker placement format. And as a family, we love worker placement games. So this definitely keeps with the same kind of theme, keeps with the same kind of idea of upgrading your stuff and starting with a certain amount of gems and utilizing those different those different spots multiple times every time you go there. So if you have any questions, let us know in the comments. Stay safe and have a great day.